Two, three, four different spots in the tropics, some active, some maybe about to become active, but instead we have nothing really happening out there. No development expected. We made it through Fairnot at the end of August. We've been looking for a Gabrielle, but that has not happened yet. An average season would have taken us already to the H storm, and we'd be looking for the I storm, but we're just stuck on Fairnot and looking again for our next named storm somewhere out there, but it is not happening anytime soon, it looks like. We'll talk more about why and get into some other things in the tropics in a second, but let's touch on our local forecast. We've seen some clouds increasing, temperatures pretty warm in the 70s, although extreme south Plaquemines Parish at 79. Our feels like temperatures well into the 90s, but not quite at 100. Dew point temperatures have risen since that beautiful, glorious kind of feel we had on Monday when we had that dip in humidity. East winds are coming in as well, so a touch breezy here and there, up to about 10 miles per hour, and a fairly decent amount of some small spotty showers, like we were tracking one very close to La Rose. These have all just begun to spring up in the past maybe half hour or so. We have a little bit around Plaquemines Parish and along our coastal spots too. So just a heads up, the farther toward the coast you are, your better chance for rain will be today. We have about a 30% chance of rain overall, a little lower chance farther north. High temperatures still touching lower 90s, kind of a summery feel with that humidity factored in. Not quite as bad as peak summer though. North and south of the lake tonight, we're looking for about 70 to lower and middle 70s. North to south of Lake Pontchartrain, mostly clear and a quiet day. Here's our model, by the way, looking ahead to the rest of today. We have this right now, a slug of moisture moving in from the east to the west. So that's why today we have this chance for a few showers. Not all that high, though, as we get towards sunset. This is 8 p.m. and then on toward tonight. And then we continue for a while tomorrow into Friday and into the weekend with this kind of setup with a stalled front way to our south, surface high pressure to our north, generally east or northeast winds around that high, and a dry kind of air mass overall. So Thursday to the weekend, we do unfortunately look pretty hot, highs around 93 or 94, but not excessively humid thanks to the way the winds are coming in and that flow from the north and northeast, and not much rain. So really not much of a rain chance starting tomorrow all the way through the rest of the 7-day forecast. Back into the tropics quickly, September 10th. Again, usually we're talking about all kinds of stuff out here, but there is no development expected for at least the next 7 days, probably longer. And as we look at our tropical activity frequency, there it is, the peak of the season on average. And you can see the biggest increase in tropical activity normally leads up to today, and then we eventually see a very slow decrease, but still active conditions all through October usually, or at least the first part of October. So we talked about how many named storms. There's another way to look at the season, which we talk about from time to time, the ACE, accumulated cyclone energy. What exactly is H for my weather nerds? It's the sum of the square of the maximum sustained wind speeds, and that is taken every 6 hours for each named storm that happens. So essentially it looks not just at number of storms like those lists of names show, but how many, how strong they get, and how long they last. So looking at the ACE, we are right now at an ACE number. It's an index of 39. An average at this point in the year on September 10th is 58, but remember we have another half or so of the season to go. So it eventually ends up for an average season, the energy number about 120 or so. So this year we're way below that. I mean, no surprise, we're not done with the season yet. Last year was quiet in the first half, but we eventually did make it to 161 above average for the ACE, for the energy, and just comparing that, say, to 2005, notoriously one of the most active years, we made it to almost double what an average season would hold. So we're at 39. We will see how much more we're able to add later in the season. Of course, we're not done with storms yet or finished, but man, it is nice to be right at what could be the most active week or two of the season and just to have nothing out there. So we'll take it for now. 7-day forecast shows heat, that drier kind of feel. Our dew point temperatures probably coming down a touch because of that drier overall kind of continental sort of air mass filtering in. So sunshine, no rain, decently pleasant, I think, mornings and evenings, and dew point temperatures probably in the 60s as opposed to 70s throughout the weekend.